Okay, time to put the Eachine P51D 500mm 2S brushless Miss Helen version Mustang in the air with the TX16S. So, let me make sure what mode I'm in here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I'm in gyro mode. Alright, let's go out here and launch it. I got my timer set for 6 minutes. 6 minutes seems like that's going to be a pretty good time to set with the stock lipos. It looks like I could get 8 to 9 minutes, leaving 3.6 volts per cell. So it's a pretty efficient power system, and it's got plenty of power. And that way, if I have to loiter before I land, I've got reserve in the battery. So, all right, launching. Alright, we are in fully stabilized mode with the TX16S, and it is uber smooth. Looks like I got it trimmed pretty well. You guys might have to do the same thing, I don't know, but it was really zooming on me. You know, when I first put it in the air, I had to close up that trim loop a bit on the elevator, pull the elevator down a little bit. I'm initiating my turns with the rudder and then putting in some aileron, and that seems to work pretty well for coordinated turns. It's a pretty speedy little plane. Okay, so let's gain a little altitude and see how it handles in full manual mode with the TX16S. Okay, I should be in full manual mode now. Let's see. Yeah, I am. Rolls are pretty nice, aren't they? Let's try a roll to the right. Not bad at all, not bad at all. Alright, let's see, I'm getting a little comfortable with it now. See if we can lose some altitude. Oh, you got to be careful about too tight of a turn with it, though. Isn't that speedy? I'm keeping the speed up a little bit and in full manual mode so I don't stall it, especially in the turn. But it's pretty darn smooth in full manual mode with the TX16S. I thought it would be. Alright, so let's see if we could do a split S with it. We can. We can do a split S with it. Awesome. Check that out. I'm surprised. Most of these little micros have been really lethargic on the rolls without, you know, changing the linkage on them, but I think their default linkage on this is pretty good for a multi-protocol transmitter. If I was going to stick with the stock transmitter, I think that I would go up a hole on the control horn on the elevator and on the ailerons to smooth it out, but that's pretty smooth in full manual mode, I have to say. Let's see here. Oh man, I'm losing the sun. I almost lost it in the sun. Alright. That's better. Got to put in a little more elevator to get it to rotate. Hope I got that in frame. But that's pretty good considering I haven't changed any of the linkage. All I've done is trim the elevator down a little bit. That's all I've done. This is probably going to be the least amount I've had to do on any of these micros to get it to fly really well in full manual mode. So kudos to them for getting their default setup pretty darn good. What do you think about that in full manual mode with the hobby grade TX? That's pretty nice, isn't it? Man, I can't get over how nice those rolls are. To the left and to the right. Let's do one to the right. Yeah, those are awesome. They look pretty symmetrical to me. Check out the big wide loop. I don't know how long I've had it in the air. I'm starting to get my haptic, and I think I got my timer set for 6 minutes. So after 6 minutes of being pretty heavy on the throttle, really, after 6 minutes of that, I'm still doing big wide loops with it. So not only does it have a lot of power, but it looks like it's pretty darn efficient too. And there we go. I've already had it in the air for 6 minutes. Okay, so let's put it back into fully stabilized mode and see if we can bring it down the road here and land it. Going around. Wasn't quite over the lane there. Oh! You know what I did, right? I got too slow and stalled it. Alright. Alright, it's passed its durability test, but let's see if we get a better landing out of it. That's just not going to work, right? Alright, launching. Alright, so let's bring it back through here. Back up a little bit. Bring it back through here and see if we get a decent landing out of it. I just got too slow. That was better. It's still on its wheels. Alright, I think I'm done for. Alright, but that's a fine flying little P51 Mustang, especially with a hobby grade transmitter. Of course, you knew it was going to be, right? And it is pretty darn smooth in full manual mode. We flew about 3/4 of that flight, which would be, I don't know, 4.5 minutes. About 4.5 minutes of that 6-minute flight was in full manual mode. And it's pretty smooth, and like I said, I didn't have to change anything on the linkage other than trim the elevator down a little bit with the trim loop, and that was it. And so now it seems to be handling just fine with the stock TX as well as the hobby grade TX. So I'm going to be putting a lot more flights on this. This is a fun little P51D Mustang, and it has plenty of power and really good flight time. So stay tuned for more flights with this. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.